All right, let me do this very fast. Ba-ba-da. Not used to doing the frontal camera here, but so far it seems to be working okay. And there we go. All right. Let me see how this works right here. A filter. Maybe a pop might be a little bit better. Yeah, that's probably the best way to go about this right now. Chat filter, all messages. Awesome. All right. Okay. Let's see. RFK. There we go. And there we go. All right. Hey, everyone. Hope you guys are all having a good day. I'm obviously not at my desk at home. I'm in Philadelphia at a friend's place. But check this out very fast. Nice, beautiful elk and a nice, beautiful bear right there. So things are going pretty well. And hey, Ani, hey, bro, Bitcoin dump or pump? Right now, it's still bearish. I would say that for the next few hours, you have an opportunity for a pump, though. So this is something more of a day trade if you're looking for it. You're going to want to have a stop loss of about 1.5%, 2% if you want to make that move. But right now, what I see is just kind of like be careful if you want to go into the markets right now. I'm looking at some opportunities. I'm looking at some bullishness actually at the moment here. I would still say that if you're going to be trading, you're going to have to be looking at the trade the entire time. You're going to be at the charts the entire time. You're not going to just buy and leave it and wait for it to hit the stop loss or resistance, or you can, but if you're not really sure where that resistance level is, it's going to be a little bit more difficult there. There you go. Make sure you, excuse me, guys. I'm still a little bit sick here, but make sure if you guys can, make sure to vote on the poll here. Who's better for the economy, RFK, Harris, or Trump? Right now, Trump is winning. Harris has 0. Harris is 25%, and RFK is 25%. So not really too much of a lead here. So I appreciate you guys voting. There you go. One of you guys is changing your vote quite a bit here. But overall, it's gonna be a good battle here. If you guys hadn't heard that, I think Harris did her economic agenda here actually a few days ago, and there was a lot of blowback against it, which I was kind of surprised about. I didn't hear it at first, so I was kind of surprised because usually the media is pretty, they're on Kamala Harris's side for the most part, but they really thought some of her economic plans were kind of crazy. I think the big one was just like price caps and stuff like that because we've seen it happen a lot of times before. Let me move something over here very fast. Is this it? No. How do I get out of this? There you go. All right, sweet. And hey, Crypto Ricky, happy to see you, my man. Philadelphia is pretty good right now. It's chill. I'm at my friend's place. We just smoked a few cigars. You guys can see he got that elk over there. I was with him when he caught the elk. Funny enough, I was actually with him when he got that bear as well. So he has a nice little hunter's guest room here, and I'm enjoying it right now. There's also a bunch of other stuff you guys can't see on the walls, but it's pretty darn awesome here. So I'm enjoying Philadelphia. I picked up some vegetables and stuff for me to eat while I'm here, and then had some chicken, had some zucchini. It's a good time, good time. It's also raining here, which is freaking wild. In Washington State, where it's normally rainy, it's perfectly sunny. Here, it's freaking pouring down rain. And hey, Tattoo Destroyer, if the market crashes, Orange Man gets in. If it doesn't crash, Harris gets in. See, yeah, that kind of makes it a timetable here. Do you guys think the market is going to crash before the 2024 election? I don't think it is. I think we're looking at some turbulence, sure, but I don't know if we actually go into a full-blown market move down. You can see it happening kind of slowly right now, but if I were to try to time it out, unless something drastic happens like Iran attacks Israel or something like that, you're most likely looking at the economy not slowing down probably until 2025, and that's where you really might start seeing some bad stuff happening. You guys have to remember, right now, if you guys go on the news, whether it's Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg, Yahoo News, CNN, MSNBC, any of the major news sites right now, they're all telling you that the economy is generally fine right now. Fox News may be a little bit different right now, but generally speaking, they're not really raising too many alarm bells here, and that's an issue right now. That's an issue. What are we gonna do, right? It's not like you can tell people don't trust the media. People either trust them or don't. Most people, I think, nowadays don't believe in the media, but they still believe in it, if that makes sense. Like they would assume the media is not being truthful, but they're still going to kind of listen to it when there's kind of an emergency or something big happening, right? And if you guys can, please make sure to like the video. I don't normally do these vertical streams here, so like. I appreciate it. I'm going to be hyping that up for a little bit here. And hey, Tim and RI, happy to see my man. Is that Rhode Island, Tim? Is that Rhode Island? Too many people anticipating recession crash, in my opinion. I think it's okay to anticipate it, but I don't think it's just going to happen anytime soon. The last time I anticipated a recession, I was looking at GDP data, right? And I called out a recession back in like 2022. I was like, "Oh, we're gonna go through a recession. It's gonna be really shitty for a while." And what happened though? We went through a technical recession with the two negative quarters of GDP growth, but then I went on MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, any of them, they all like straight up gaslit me, and I believed it for the most part that we were not really in a recession. But whether you guys go to college or high school, if you guys take an economics class, if you look at that paragraph about recessions, there's usually a little booklet about the 2008 recession or the 1999 recession or 2000, bubble burst. It'll tell you that usually the recession is going to be the two negative quarters of GDP growth. And if you guys recall, after we went through that recession, the market went parabolic and boomed. And that's kind of what we're in right now. So, I think we're expecting a slowdown here. We're going to see what the Federal Reserve does. I think the Fed can still walk away with this with the win. Will they? I really don't know. And if you guys can, please make sure to like the video, a little thumbs up. Um, Newport, Rhode Island. So I'm not too close, but I'm generally close. I'm in Philadelphia right now, out in Westchester. Do you think the stock market was higher during the Trump presidency? Um, I think the returns you made during the Trump presidency went farther because the money was going farther, right? So one of the things that I try to explain to people, and this doesn't matter if you're a Trump or Harris person, I don't care. Um, Generally speaking, when you guys think of this president right now, or when we're printing so much money, there's inflation. Well, the value of the stock is going up against the value of the dollar. Remember, it's just the way it's moving. And because the value of the dollar is dropping so fast, the value of stocks is going up so much higher. Then when you make money off of those stock moves, right, that money that you use to buy something, it's just not going as far. If you want to put a down payment on a house, you can't afford the same house right now that you could afford a few years ago. Even if they're the same cost of the house, the cost of the loan is going to be so crazy, you don't even want to do it. So, like, why would you want to buy a house right now? You can, but it's just not the right market to do so unless you have that plan to refinance down the road, stuff like that. Hold on a second here. I got this poll on the bottom of my freaking screen, but I don't want to see the poll. I want to just hide it and just read you guys' messages. It's not going to let me do it. Okay, whatever. All of our sister companies are down 60% from last year's sales. It's been slowly down. 60% is kind of crazy. That kind of gives me a little bit of concerns, right? That's why whenever you guys ask me about doing some fundamental analysis, if you guys recall, a few days ago, Ken was asking me about that, and I pulled out a company, I think it was Unity, and those sales have been horrible. I guess it's been horrible from the beginning, right? But you never know. I always remember the Racket Club in Philadelphia, same Philadelphia. Oh, interesting. Um, I I'm in Westchester, Pennsylvania, so it's like right outside Philadelphia. Like I got picked up from the airport over here. This is like the nice suburban area, I would say. My friend's house is like I love this place. It's beautiful. He has a lovely patio where he has those really cool heaters where like there's a tunnel of fire that goes straight up. It's just a very beautiful property. He has his dog that I like to hang out with. He has the stuff he hunts. That's really cool. I'll be sleeping underneath that here pretty soon. He has great Wi-Fi, better Wi-Fi than I do because I don't have upload speeds where I live. But yeah, I live it out here in Philadelphia. I'm actually going to go to, he's part of a swim club here. So I'm going to go to the swim club, I think, sometime this week and swim some laps for fun. And hey, Alberto, happy to see you, my man. Hey, David, happy to see you. I am not in Washington right now, so there's no Loki here tonight. I am in Philadelphia. So I'm Pennsylvania, basically. I'm out in Pennsylvania having a good time. I just had some dinner. I got some water here because I still have a little bit of a cough just from talking, apparently. I smoke cigars, zero coughs. the moment I start talking with you guys. Cough, 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 cough. I don't know what the heck's going on, but I went to some place called Wegmans. Wegmans. It's pretty good food, um, but every grocery store out here is different than what we have on the Pacific Coast, so it's just totally different. And if you guys can, please make sure to like the stream. Only 3 people have liked. I'm really trying to get likes. I don't know how to get people to like the stream though, because I don't think people typically do it too much ever since they took away the downvote button. Was I nervous during the stock crash last week? Oh, I was very nervous. I wasn't even nervous so much about the American stock market crash. I was more nervous about the Japanese one because the Japanese market is the third largest economy. And when that thing starts coming down, I get really afraid because the ripple effects throughout the entire economy. And when you see a large move like that happen in any market, what it does is it really fucks with the momentum. When the momentum is okay, and right now the stock market's momentum is like teetering down, when you have a large move like that, it pulls everything down with it. So that means we have to take a few more weeks to get back on track and have a much larger move down the road. I don't think we're necessarily heading for crazy bear market territory, but man, the signals are not good right now. You're looking at all these momentum oscillators shift to being more neutral, to being more bearish, and you kind of have this concern like, man, what your mind transitions into this place like, what do we have to do to get out of this? And right now there's not really much we can do except for lower interest rates, and Jerome Powell isn't going to do that until September. And even when he does do that, you may still see the market take a dip because the inertia is still going to be taking us down, and then give it a couple months and then it'll start going back up. But you might see people really waiting for September to really be that exact time when the market pops off, and in reality it might be something like October or November, so a little bit more difficult here. But I was nervous during the crash. Oh, heck yeah. I had a bunch of positions at long stop out. I made some good money on some swing trades I had going short, but they were like low leverage, large amounts of money type of thing. So they ended up working out. But again, I sold too early on them. So I had some mixed reactions to it overall. Will I ever take Loki on a trip? A road trip, sure. Maybe up to Bellingham to visit my sister, or maybe down to Portland, Oregon, or something like that. But I don't think I want to take him anywhere like across the country. I just never found the need for that type of stuff. I don't think he'd like being on a plane. He's never been on a plane before though, so I'm not entirely sure. Hey, nervous numbers, appreciate it, guys. If you can hit the like button. I really appreciate it. I live around Allentown, Pennsylvania. You're really close, cool area. Yeah, dude, the houses out here are crazy. You guys know I live more in like a rural house, so I got like a 3 bedroom, 2 living room, like nice kitchen. So that it's a nice place, but it's kind of out in the woods a little bit, kind of separated from people. Out here in Philadelphia, this Westchester's area, there's just like one house, and that's like for so many plots of land. Like they all have just like their own little acre for a house. It's really cool. Is there a price level on Bitcoin where you would cash out your long-term hold crypto? It depends on the portfolio. So if you're talking for the cycle, I'm hoping to really start scaling out probably around 80,000 and $90,000. Once we start breaking possibly above 104,000, that next Fibonacci level, then we start talking about, what do I do there? What do I do there? But if we do break above 104,000, about 30 to 40%, maybe even 50%, depending on how I feel about the economy, will be out of the market. If we start launching up towards 120, 130, 140, 150, we're talking about 80% of my cryptocurrency gone. And then with that last little, few percent that I have left, I'm just going to let it ride. And I think that's probably the best way to do it. But right now, it looks like we're heading for another long haul here where we have to try to grind back up to 69,000, 70,000, 73,000, have that breakout, and then all of a sudden, boom, we can start going back up. But I'm for Bitcoin, I'm just a lot more willing to hold. I think altcoins are where most people like myself are having more concern right now because they've just been bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. And a lot of the gains I made back in February, January, March, I haven't like lost a lot of money, but it's more I'm losing money. Right? It's not fun. So you're watching the value of those go down quite a bit. Luckily, the stock market's been really good to me so far because the momentum has really been carrying on, and you've been seeing a lot of money being deployed over there from the government. So anytime the government steps in to prop up a company, there's going to be some good money there. Hey, nervous numbers. Harris' economic plan would hurt us. I know a lot of people think that. I know she talked about price caps the other day, and that was crazy. You're not supposed to talk about price caps because we there's a lot of recorded history about what happens when you try to do price controls on on goods. It doesn't end up being all too well. Your apartment's in Allentown? Oh yeah, you guys are really close here. Am I still in Seattle? No, I'm in Philadelphia right now. I'm hanging out with a friend. I'm on my mini vacation right now to chill out and enjoy myself. I think tomorrow I'm heading over to like Cigars International or something like that, some big cigar place. So I'm gonna go chill out there and buy some cigars. I'm into the downside. Bitcoin crashes below 30. Oh, I see. No, no. So as far as Bitcoin's concerned, I don't think I have a selling point here. My long term is still my long term, but my cycle trades, I don't feel like I really have that spot. Altcoins, I think I do for certain altcoins. Not Ethereum, not Solana, but a lot of altcoins, I kind of have that element where I'm just going to take the loss and use it as taxes, basically, um, and just kind of take the loss on them and be fine with it. But for most people, I would say when people might start to panic, if we start breaking below like if we like a weekly candle closes below 50,000, 49,000, I think that's a big indicator a lot of people are going to get out at that point in time. But for me, I'm just going to hold. Part of it's because even though the economy is kind of iffy right now, you've seen Bitcoin do these wild bounces after each capitulation, and I just don't want to have to deal with trying to time and everything like that. I'm day trading, I'm swing trading Bitcoin when I have the opportunities when they arise. But when I look at, like just what I'm holding for the cycle, I don't feel like it's worth just selling and buying. But I have the ability to just kind of chill and wait for the market to kind of recorrect. And I think it's going to do that eventually, but it's taking some time for heaven's sakes. But I think a lot of people are probably thinking something like, yeah, the mid 40s at least, something like that. But it's when they probably will panic and get out of Bitcoin for a while. Do I still have Shiba Inu? I still have a lot of Shiba Inu. I still have a lot of Bitcoin. Shiba Inu primarily I like because if you just buy and hold, it will pop up and have a parabolic boom eventually, and you basically just sell during that boom. There's no rush with Shiba Inu. There's no rush with Dogecoin. Those are the two things you have to understand about those two coins, though. They have large market caps and they're meme coins. There are other meme coins coming up like Pepe, Mog, stuff like that. But if you've been looking at Mog and Pepe, they can still go down a lot in volatility. They can be crazy. So you have to be a little more careful there if you guys aren't used to it. And hey, Wilder, happy to see my man. Oh, dude, I almost didn't stream tonight because I almost didn't know the Wi-Fi password. um, yeah, so I'm inside the house right now. I'm using his Wi-Fi. Thank God I have it. My Wi-Fi is not too good inside the house or my AT&T is not too good inside the house. So I was happy to have it. But I told you guys earlier today I was going to stream. I went on the plane this morning and they, God, fuck, this was great. This is great. So I got on the plane, went through security, sitting down. They gave me a fresh orange juice when I got on the plane. I was like, oh, thank fucking God. I need this just to wake me up a little bit more because I was so tired from smoking all night with cigars. And then I get on the plane. They gave me a blanket because I'm cold. I got a blanket. I'm chilling out. I'm taking a little bit of a nap. We take off, and I start waking up as we're kind of like hitting the runway going. And they're like, "Hey, man, what do you want to drink?" And I'm like, "I'd love some coffee." So I get 2 cups of coffee. There's some turbulence, so I give them back my coffee, and I'm like, "So I can take my coffee." It's like the plane's shaking all the place. I don't want the coffee to spill on me. They're like, "Oh yeah, no worries." They gave me fresh coffee after that. Then I got some pancakes, some peaches, some blueberries, some cinnamon raisin bread with some yogurt. I didn't think it was lactose intolerant, but it was it was just a good time. And if you guys can, please make sure to hit the like button. I really appreciate you guys when you do that. YouTube with YouTube live shorts like this, they really prioritize like buttons. So anytime you guys like, comment, whatever, I appreciate it a lot. Dude, I was shorting Bonk today, and all of a sudden, someone long the fuck out of it. It was crazy. I was so pissed. That's why you got to have the stop losses right now. I mean, if you're looking at Bitcoin right now, I know I can't show you guys charts and stuff like that, but if you're looking at it, you're actually seeing an opportunity for a breakout. You see that little flag that's going down like this right now? There's an opportunity. It popped up a little bit on the 4-hour chart, and it's getting ready to attempt. I'm not saying it's going to do it, but it's getting ready to attempt that pop here. Watch that daily chart because today is a very important day. Bears are going to try hard to really slam Bitcoin down. But because Bitcoin's already been through a ringer, you may actually see Bitcoin actually have like 1,000+ point positive day here. So I'm keeping a close eye to see if we actually have that breakout because it's gonna open up some good day trades here. Oddly enough, when I leave Washington is when Bitcoin really has some crazy moves, which is kind of annoying to me. But you know what? I live with it. And hey, Sovereign, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I see 29 viewers, only 2 likes. I don't know about what happens with likes. I don't know why people don't like videos. It's a different type of thing. I need to have those animations and stuff like that. Say, hey, like, but I don't want to be that guy too much here. I mean, heck, imagine if I was dancing. Guys, I need a galaxy. I need a galaxy. You guys gotta give me a galaxy. I don't even know what a galaxy is worth, but I see them all the time on TikTok, and I'm like, hey, I want a galaxy. Galaxy. It annoys the hell out of me. But yeah, I see it a lot. Think we get a top this year or next? I think we can break to all-time highs by the end of this year, maybe by November, December if we're lucky. But I do think we're not going to see the highs of this market until 2025. I was pretty optimistic rolling into 2024, and I guess I shouldn't have been, because well, we did have a good rally for a while, and it was good money for a while, but we really just weren't able to keep it up. The Fed kind of kept the pedal to the metal. Then the CPI got really, really hot, and then once the ETF news came in, we were really pumping up. But once March came around, we had like bad CPI after bad CPI after bad CPI, and all of a sudden rate cuts were very, very hard to come by, basically. Because if you guys remember, back in December of last year, we were supposed to have 6 rate cuts this year. 6. How many do you think we're having this year? The Fed still says 1. I'm saying 2. I've been saying 2 for a while now. We'll see who's right. I'm hoping I'm right because I don't know more than the Fed. But again, it's all about momentum. Which way is the world going? Which way is the economy going? If you guys were watching anywhere from 2022, you started to see everything get worse. And even though you guys can go watch the MSNBCs, or the CNNs, or whatever's out there, they're going to tell you everything's okay. But the economy is not okay right now. It is a freaking shit show. But it's such a different shit show than we're used to that everybody's like, I don't know what to do with it. Like, is it really bad? 'Cause, like, I can't buy the stuff I want, but I got a good paying job. I just can't buy what I want. It's a weird thing that we're just not used to having, right? GameStop, oh my God, I don't even know much about GameStop. GameStop is a yellow play. What I typically say when I talk to people about GameStop or AMC, if you're going to get into GameStop or AMC, imagine yourself walking into a casino. Imagine yourself opening up your wallet and you're seeing your budget for the casino. That's your budget for AMC and GameStop. Just plug it in there and just wait and be patient. And then you can see a rapid move happen eventually. That lucky move will be when you sell. But you have to have the patience to just kind of wait and watch GameStop and AMC, which can be really brutal. And hey, Elijah, happy to see you, my man. If I could be living in any state, what would it be? Oh, it might be something like Wyoming or something, or even still Washington, but just in a little bit further out of the city. I like Washington State. I like all the water that we have. I just don't like living next to so many people. Probably just still where I live now. And hey, Tim, off to say it. Thanks for liking the video, guys. I appreciate you guys a lot. We were doing well for likes today. That's a good one right there. We were doing well for likes today. Who do I trust more with the economy? Uh, right now, I'd probably say Trump. And it's not so much about the national economy as much as I think things around the world would settle down a little bit. And things settling down around the world would probably give me more comfort that America as a whole would just do a little bit better. Um, you know, I know people don't like to do the comparison between Joe Biden when he was president, all this stuff happening when Obama was president. Ukraine get invaded back then, but when Trump was president, like nothing really crazy was going on. We had a few hiccups with the Middle East. Don't get me wrong, but I mean we weren't invading Libya and shit like that. So right now, I'm kind of vibing with Trump because I think things would just be a little bit more calm, and I like calm. When you're calm, you can kind of read the corruption of the government. You can kind of make pretty good plays on it. If things are kind of crazy, the government kind of acts a little bit more erratic. Uh, and so it's more a little bit more difficult to track where the government's kind of pushing some of that money. I would say what I like right now though is things like ChatGPT are helping you read bills and kind of analyze where they're putting money at. If you guys ever want to go to a committee, get a transcript from the committee, and then upload it to ChatGPT and kind of just get a summary of it, you can kind of see where money might be flowing, and you can kind of go back and forth with ChatGPT, which is a good thing, and you can see where that money's flowing. Dave, why does everybody hate Mike? What do you call? I just don't think people have the need to like stuff that much right now. But I'll figure it out eventually. But I appreciate you guys liking today. I appreciate it a lot. Economy feels like 2007. See, I don't have that point of reference. In 2007, I think I was in seventh grade, right, or eighth grade. One of the two. I was in middle school at the time, right? So it was a little bit different for me. Like I remember hearing people losing their houses, but I personally didn't have any money. I remember I lived in the ghetto growing up. I was not well off. Anyone know Stein's Bitcoin position? I do not know Stein's Bitcoin position. Why do you think Harris has never been to a Bitcoin conference? I don't think she knows much about crypto. And I don't think she likes cryptocurrency, basically. I think she wants the votes, and I think she wants to appear like she can get some stuff done. What I think the Harris campaign is understanding is it's not just about Bitcoin. There's a whole business, like a whole economy side of what's going on right now, and that makes a huge difference. If you guys care about jobs and the economy, you want to see the blockchain jobs, the Web3 jobs flourish. And I think Harris may not be hopping on board to Bitcoin per se, but I think she's slowly trying to get her like, hey, there are jobs over here, and I want to help those jobs grow. I want them to be good jobs. I want them to be union jobs. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from her so far. Oh shit! Hold on. There you go. And hey, D3W, never late, never late. Appreciate you being here. That DLX pissed behind you. Yeah. My friend Tyler, he killed that elk in Montana. It's a beauty. It really is a beauty. He has a few other horns and stuff over here. He does taxidermy too as a side little hustle, and I think it's more of just a side passion. So you get paid to do what you love. And so yeah, so he has some really cool stuff here. Really cool stuff around the house. I know I was your age of 2007. There you go. Why is there volatility? There's always going to be volatility in Bitcoin. Like I said right now, a few minutes ago, at this point in time, man, Bitcoin is kind of at this little bit of a what's the best way to say this? Inflection point, I guess you would call it, where on the weekly charts and the daily charts, it's still actually pretty darn bearish. However, when you're looking at those 4 hour charts, you're looking at a little bit of bullishness, and there's like a flag right now. If you kind of look at the Bitcoin chart and the 4 hour chart, there's a little bit of flag, and it's going to try to break out that flag today. Now, if it can break out that flag, you're looking at a plus 1,000 point day here, a really good day. Is it going to happen? It's going to be difficult. I don't know because the overall chart is still pretty bearish. But if I were to play that trade and I was to do that trade, I'm looking at something more of a day trade here, and then maybe looking to open up a it might be something like like $500 with 5x leverage long. If it hits your price target, you sell 70%, and you let the last 30% ride. If it looks like the daily charts may turn bullish from this, so you'd have to really pay attention to what that MACD is on the daily chart. Is it green right now? Is it red? I think it may be either or because of the move we're seeing right now. But that's kind of what I'm looking for now. Poor Rudolph. Let me see. Can I show this to you? Maybe there you go. But can I zoom in? I can zoom in. There you go. Yeah, he's chill. But I mean, look at that. Can I point? There you go. Yeah, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful, beautiful. There, beautiful. Oh, there you go. I mean, plus the bear. I mean, I don't. Who doesn't like bear? I don't like bear meat, but bear itself is pretty darn chill. I'm looking at the poll right now, and about 20% say RFK, 15% say Harris, and 65% say Trump. Wow, so I'm kind of surprised. 20% say RFK over Harris. That is something. I thought it might be more evenly split between Trump and RFK, but I think the people that might be just voting for Harris right now are people that just don't like Donald Trump, and I can kind of get it, but that seems to be the motivation right now. Ooh, water. Comrade Harris for food price controls. Yeah, that was wild. I don't know. Do you? Well, I'll ask the question. Wait, do any of you guys think the food price controls would actually work? Um, Sometimes I try to have an open mind about this stuff. My brain instantly goes, "Hell no!" All the examples of Soviet, all the different things out there. But yeah, do any of you guys think it may work? 'Cause I don't think so. Hey, DW, yeah, no, yeah. It's just, I don't know. Do I think about the stock market in 2025? A little bit, but not too much. When I think about the stock market for 2025, I'm thinking more of just a few things. So it's usually going to be something like commodities, like oil, what's going on there, and then how I see companies' health going in there. So, when I'm thinking about what I want to buy, you guys know I own a lot of oil. I told you guys, I think 3 or 2 weeks ago, I'm adding more money into Philip Morrison, which is basically a tobacco company, but it has a good dividends in it. So when people lose their jobs, they get kind of stressed out. They usually buy cigarettes to kind of cope. So yeah, I'm kind of hedging on that a little bit more. I'm going to see what's happened there, and it's also just a safe spot to kind of park some money for a little bit. So Philip Morrison is a good one right there. But yeah, that's the type of stuff I plan out for 2025. There's no way it can work. Look at the Soviet Union and Venezuela. It always leads to no supply and bread lines. Bread lines are shitty. It won't work without subsidies. I don't think we can pass subsidies. I don't know if Kamala Harris is going to win. Like, if she does win the presidency, I don't necessarily know if she has a fully Democratic House and a fully Democratic Senate. I don't know if she's going to have that or not. I think she still would be able to push some bills through, though. Uh, you know, Republicans worked a lot with Joe Biden when a lot of their constituents didn't want them to. And so he was able to pass a lot of laws. I don't think Republicans have that thick spine that maybe people would want them to have. I don't think they have that. If the price gouging was true, then it would be true that all businesses would be price gouging across all sectors. That's not logical. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. A lot of what she says is like in the political realm where she's like trying to like make stuff up to make it seem like she's better off. uh God, she said, I saw a TikTok of her rally the other day, when she was giving this economic speech, and she kept on saying how this is higher, the price of this is higher, things are too expensive, everything's not good, everything's bad right now. And I just sat there looking like, but you're the vice president when all this shit was going down. And so she has to figure out a way to sound better there, because the media may be saying that Harris is like a shoe in to win right now. I still think it's close. I still think it's very, very, very close. Russia, it's always blown up in their face. Better to let the market work it out. Yeah, yeah. But see, the thing about it right now is when we have a crisis like this, okay, and we have something like inflation, the the people, normally us, we're gonna want the government to fix it very, very fast. Very, very fast. And so we're gonna probably vote for people that want to fix it very, very fast, right? And then they're going to get into the White House. And they're going to start tinkering with stuff that they shouldn't tinker with because the economy is really fragile, and then they're going to fuck it up a little bit, right? So I don't have the most hope that whoever is the president is going to fix it necessarily. I just know if we're going to go through the storm, one person's probably going to be better for dealing with all this crap than the other person. Harris is not a good communicator. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if she was, she'd be talking to like CNN, MSNBC right now. She's not even going to their like the friendly networks, right? Maybe she'll do it eventually. And Mr. T, she wants unrealized capital gains tax. Say goodbye to holding and retirement funds. Dude, I don't know how that would work at all. Unrealized taxes would be insane. Can you imagine Warren Buffett like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, that would slow market growth incredibly, and that would make it so the market just does not move at a really good annual rate, and you would see people suffer over the long term because their retirement savings would not be keeping up with inflation. And that'd be a whole nother curse. You know, like imagine if your portfolio over the past like 5, 10, 20 years, forever, how old you guys are, imagine that it wasn't really growing all too much, and it's more like you just keep on adding to a pot, but the pot while you're working isn't really growing too much to kind of keep you going. If that happens, of course, at the end of your retirement, you just have a lot less money. And with how crazy inflation is right now, you're probably forced to go back to work. You're going back to the grocery store. You're going back to McDonald's, whatever it is. You're doing that, and who knows what McDonald's is going to do because they may start closing some stores here pretty soon. We go back to the dividend focused stock market. That's what I've been doing, but it's not necessarily a sexy thing to say. If you ask anybody here, all I talk about when it comes to stocks is usually oil because I love oil. And then now I'm starting to hype up Philip Morrison, but some people don't like to talk about tobacco stocks. I love them as a company. They're solid. They're profitable. They're good. What's my thoughts on no tax on tips? I think it's fine. I mean, when I'm out and about, I usually believe that most of my servers are not claiming their cash as tips. They're just claiming what they get on credit cards, basically. And so I will usually leave my servers cash tips so I they don't have to claim it on taxes. That's usually what I'm going for when I go on Ubers, when I go to a nice restaurant. Or, maybe nice restaurant's a little bit different because I'm giving like $100 tip, which is a little bit different. Um, but a decent restaurant, I'm usually going to give them cash, or a bar, I'm going to give them cash at the lounge, give them cash. That way, they don't have to claim it claim it with the government here. I think it's a good idea. I think it'd be more money in the pockets for people. Um, I think they should just claim their typical pay. I think that'd be perfectly fine. I haven't thought about it too much, but that's kind of my general position on it. I think it'd be pretty nice to have no tax on tips. I've never really worked a job where I've had tips before. I've never been a real service person, so I don't know. But yeah, I'd probably say I'm okay with the idea here. It seems like not Joe Biden, Kamala Harris and Trump kind of share that same idea. Whether or not she stole it from Trump, we'll leave that for another day. But yeah, it seems like that'd be a good idea for me to get behind here. I just know too many servers are complaining about everything with money and all that type of stuff. Bartenders seem to make a lot of money, but sometimes servers really aren't just making it. And I'm a person that doesn't think government can allocate funds responsibly, so I don't really expect them to do so. So when I think about government, I'm like, they're just going to print the money anyway. Might as well let those people have their, their little cut of the pie. Let me see. And 61 votes. RFK has 18% for who's better than for the economy. Harris has 13%, gaining a little bit, I think. And Trump has 69% right now as far as we go. And thanks for liking the stream, everybody. I appreciate it. I know you guys are coming and going, but I appreciate it a lot. Hold on, I gotta get this out of here. This way better? Yeah, okay. There we go. Still got that little tickle in my throat so far. But hey, I hope you guys are doing good right now. Oh, what's this? There's so many little buttons right here. Oh, did you guys know I can tag products in the stream? Oh my god. Hat. Spring. Let's see. Yeah, YouTube wants me to sell you stuff. I can sell you guys a Nike hat, a Norbrand hat, a Carhartt hat, a chicken hat, a cowboy hat. Damn, I'm not gonna, but I can. And hey, Mr. T, Bitcoin gearing up for nice week gains. I'm cautiously optimistic again. And really it springs from that 4 hour chart. I'm waiting to see overnight if we have a pop of above $1,000 basically. To me, that can gear up the daily charts and we can have a solid move going back up here a little bit more. Then after we have that pop, I know a lot of this is visualization. After that pop, you're going back up to all of those daily moving averages that still have that cluster. And then if we're really lucky, that's the big boom that we're looking for right there. It's going to be difficult to find it, but I think there's a good chance we can do it. But this is where I said I'm making a trade. Like you go long, I'm selling off like 70% if we have a big pop today. And then if we keep on going for the rest of the week, I have that 30% still there to continue making me money. But I am not doing a huge trade off of this. I'm doing a medium-sized trade. I'm waiting to see what happens. And if we continue going up, I'd be fine. That pop, I'll sell some off and then boom. We'll have to see if that MACD turns over on the daily chart. What got me into stocks? Oh. So I was poor. I was very, very poor growing up, but I went to private school on a scholarship. I was looking for a way to become rich because I'm looking at all these rich people with their nice fancy cars dropping their kids off to school. Meanwhile, I didn't have gas to get to school. Like literally, there would be times where my car would die and I had to call AAA. So, haha. However, uh, a lot of parents and their, their parents, friends, all that type of stuff, families. They're like, yeah, you got to invest in the market. You got to start somewhere. Do your work. Let the money work for you, and just don't even bother selling it. Just choose some of these companies that always go up, or they're healthy, and just keep adding money into them. These were companies like Visa, things like Microsoft, Amazon at the time. Just buy, and let it sit. And as time went on, when I started getting really tired with the downtown work in Seattle, I was like, you know what? I've been managing my portfolio for a while. Why not try to hop into the stock market and start doing a little more trading? And then I started doing some longer term investing, and then I started doing swing trading. And then more recently, I would say since like 2020, I started doing more day trading and stuff like that. So yeah, basically a poor guy wanted to make a lot of money. And then once I started becoming good at it, I started to have a little more cash flow. Once I had some cash flow, I started to buy more crypto because I'd always been buying crypto a little bit more, a little bit here. But when I had that cash flow, I was able to take some of those speculative gambles in crypto. So I bought Dogecoin at 0.0024 on Robinhood. Did I believe in it? No. But it had a low market cap and crypto was growing. You could kind of see it growing at the time. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy some Dogecoin. I bought it. I started talking about it on YouTube. Then it blew up and I blew up along with it. You know, the rest history. I hope we don't have to wait till Monday. Maybe if we're lucky tomorrow. Did you see Mark Cuban view School Vivek on Trump? I didn't even know about his past business transgressions. He's done some bad things. I was clueless. Let's see. Cuban School Vivek on Trump. I have not seen it just yet. I know Trump did, what was it called? Trump University or something like that. I think that was one of them. I know Trump's been bankrupt a few times. He uses it as a mechanism to try to not pay the government money. I understand it. He's not the first person to do it, but I understand it. I don't like it, but I understand it. He plays that game. But I do know Trump is not a clean businessman. When did you realize you didn't need a 9 to 5 and do stock full time? Oh, it was a little bit different for me because I had external factors playing in. So when I used to work downtown Seattle, I was living in downtown Tacoma at a place called Bayside Gardens. So you wake up around 5:30 to 6. You take a shower, you eat your food. I made my homemade latte every day. I would drive over to the train station. I would leave at 6:30 to 7 from the train station. I'd get to Seattle, around 7:30 or 8, depending on what time, I left Tacoma. And then from there, I'd go to my office and I'd work for about, 8, 9 hours for the day. Then I'd come back home. And so I'd be leaving my house around 6 o'clock every day, and I wouldn't be getting back until like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock every night, and it kind of got really shitty. And then my mom was very sick at the time, and she was sick for a while throughout her life, and I realized that I needed to help take care of her, and so I just kind of started focusing more on that, and I was like, you know what, I can do this. It was kind of painful for a little bit because you don't have insurance, you don't have any net to kind of protect you. But yeah, I kind of had to help my mother with some of the stuff she was going through. Um, and that was rough. But for most people, I don't think they need to quit their 9 to 5s. I think it's good just to have that supplemental income as an investor. So you're working your 9 to 5, let's say you're making 40 to $50,000 a year, something decent, respectable. Well, what if you're making another $30,000 on top of that? Then what if you kept on you growing your portfolio slowly? You made 40,000 next year, 50,000 next year, 6,000. Then eventually kind of goes exponential. You're kind of making some really good money. Not really exponential, but you get the point. So, and then once you feel comfortable, you can stop. I so I had the job of taking care of my mom for like 4 or 5 hours a day, and then I was also trading for a little bit of time in the day. But that focused me and harnessed me into something more of a swing trader rather than the day trader that you guys know me a little bit more now, even though I like to swing trade a lot. Swing trading is where you just buy, you hold for a couple weeks, you kind of wait, but you're kind of managing, you're looking at a bunch of different opportunities out there. A lot easier to do, a lot easier to do. Day trading is rough. I mean, it is rough because Most investors don't have that stop loss. They don't want to have that stop loss. They think they're going to be right every single time. They think there's nothing that can happen. And even the best traders I know will still lose a bunch of money at certain points in their careers, and they just have to kind of get over that hump and get back into the system here. Um, yeah, it can be rough for most people. I really don't think they need to go full time into trading unless they really feel confident and they know they're going to have enough capital for everything they need. Losing healthcare is huge. Losing dental, eye care, all that stuff is huge. You don't think you think you don't need it, but if I go to the doctor, I pay cash to go to the doctor. I don't even pay for my health insurance deductible because it's not worth the deductible. I'd rather just pay, go get checked out. Okay, it's just something minor. Go get some eye drops if I have something that's scratching my eye. Um, oh, my leg's bothering me a little bit. You go to a chiropractor, they do some x-rays on you, like, oh yeah, your hip is just a little bit offset. We're going to fix that by giving you some stretches at home, and we'll do a little bit of physical therapy on your back, or whatever, chiropractor on your back, stuff like that. But all that comes out of pocket. And so if you're not used to that, it can be kind of a rude awakening, which is why typically you want to slowly ease your way into it. And that's why I say, even if you have a part-time job with benefits, do that and then do the trading, because trading doesn't take as much time. I think people think that traders are at their computer all day every day. The average trader that I know that's full time, they maybe trade 3 days out of the week, maybe 4 days out of the week. And then the rest of the time, when they're not trading, they're looking at some portfolios or maybe doing a little bit of management if they're long term accounts. But they're usually not, they're out with their families, they're doing more fun. They're not at the computer every day, all day, because we all have our setups, we all have our particular strategies. You guys know my strategy. It's no complicated thing, but it's just you have to wait for it to set up for you. So you have the weekly chart, MACD, stochastic, RSI, change of character. That's it. It's a beautiful thing. You can add patterns, you can add Fibonacci's for resistance. You can add a whole bunch of stuff for the extra stuff as far as price targets, support levels, breakout points. I get you. But at the root of it, you're just following that momentum. You're not selling at the bottom. You're gonna try to sell it, and you're not buying at the bottom. You're buying kind of in that pre-middle, that first third range before it goes up a little bit more and it goes up and up and up. And you try to sell as it continues going up, and you're making profit, and it works out. There are different traders out there. There are people like me who trade with low leverage, and we just make some good moves that hold on for like a week or two. And when the opportunity arises, of course, then you got people like Crypto Face, so on YouTube, a massive YouTuber, great guy, but the money he's dropping is absolutely crazy. I'm always like gobsmacked, whatever you want to call it. When I'm looking at him trading, I'm like, man, this guy knows what he's doing. He's great at it, and he has his market cipher software, and he's really good at it. What's Kramer up to these days? Is he still making a fool of himself? Oh man, I don't like Kramer. Kramer's just a weird guy. He's hyped on himself, right? Cuban ain't clean, I guarantee you. No, Cuban's definitely not clean. No, 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 no. Um, yeah, I mean, most people that have a lot of money, they're not clean. They could be clean if they inherit it. They can be clean if they divorce a billionaire and they get it. The divorce. And hey, Water Buffalo, happy to see you, my man. Everyone should learn to invest. Trading ain't for everyone though. Yeah, investing is a lot easier than trading. Easier than trading. My stop loss is my liquidation price, but I measure the AMT money and leverage based on my liquidity price and my stop loss. Hey, as long as you have a plan, you're good to go. Just make sure you have that plan there. Cospa and Vila about to rip. There we go. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the stock market for you this year? Oh, it's been like a 9, 9.5. It's been great. So really, it's because Nvidia kept on taking off. Really, and I kept on focusing on those Magnificent Seven. Uh, Momentum worked beautifully this year. Momentum worked very, very well, and there wasn't too many hiccups here. Uh, I would say where my failures came in is I sold way too early on a lot of positions. But luckily, the rally was still going on for such a long amount of time that the next time we had a breakout with all the dailies matching up with all the weekly technicals all bullish, I was able to kind of hop back in there. But yeah, I was surprised about how fast everything rallied here. because again, inflation kind of just went out of control a few years ago, and now it's starting to get back in there. But again, money is not worth it what it used to be, so the stock's going to be worth more against that weaker dollar. A health savings account is a good tax-free tool to help in place of medical insurance. That is true. That is true right there. My week's account is stacking right now. Let's see. Crypto Race is insane. Oh yeah, he's great. I was hanging out with him in Nashville last week or a couple weeks ago. Great guy. Does it mean it's fair that's laggy as fuck? I swear it makes leverage trading basically impossible. I don't want to have this issue. I don't think I've had the issue, but you know what? Remember I told you guys a few weeks ago that they are going to be opening up a sister exchange. I wonder if the servers are having some issues because they're trying to deal with that second exchange on the same servers, perhaps. I don't know if it's the same servers or not. If you want something that works faster, though, I would say I have a link for Blowfin and I have a link for Weeks down below as well. You can try one of those, but like with any time I give you guys the affiliate links, like test it out. You do like make an account, do not deposit money, try their paper accounts, see if they work fast enough for you. Then if you think they work fast enough, drop $100, whatever that minimum amount is, do a couple of trades and see if that's working for you. Weeks is probably better if you want to do large amounts of leverage with Bitcoin, Ethereum. Blowfin is better if you want to do more meme coin stuff. So you want to buy meme coins that have $5 million market cap. That's what you're really looking at right there. If you want to buy a meme coin that has 10 million market cap, and you want to do 20x leverage on it, and you want to hold it, that's what you got to do on Blowfin. Both are great, but they really have different things here. And hey, Caspian, yeah, Weeks I like it a lot, but Weeks is not Weeks. Mexi, I can't trade. Mexi is no longer available in America for me at least. Is do you guys have the access to Weeks? Not Weeks. Mexi. That's a good question because I used to partner with Mexi a while ago, but they got kicked out, so I lost my brand deal with them. So yeah, I haven't checked up on them much at all. There was one that checks up on me every now and again. Bitmart checks on me. I got a sponsorship offer from KuCoin, but KuCoin is in the United States, so basically they pay me like $1,000 to promote it for you guys, but nobody would sign up because most of you guys are from the United States. There are a few people from India, Europe on here, some maybe some of them do it, but not many, right? Yeah, so it's a little bit different for sure. We'll see. And I'm looking at this vote right now. I got 79 votes. Oh, excuse me, I'm looking at this poll right now. 79 votes. RFK has 16%, 13% to Kamala Harris, and 71% to Donald Trump. So far, Trump is still the lead right here. They won't even accept my Paler ID used to Mexi, but they cut me off. Oh wow, that's crazy right there. Yeah, Mexi, it's hard, man. But that's kind of the scary thing. You know, whether it's me or another influencer, we all kind of work with exchanges, right? You're all going to see our links down below, and then we get uh, commissions when you sign up, right? So when I work with a Fair Desk, when I work with a Blowfin or a Weeks, and I'm talking with their staff members, there's always that conversation that we have with each other, where it's like, hey, we're going to do business for as long as we can. We understand that the Gary Gensler or somebody may kick us out, and we're gonna try to end on good terms with you. But just know when that happens, we're not gonna have the funding to like start keep promoting you guys because it's not gonna be worth the investment, basically. So it's a little bit interesting to kind of see how that plays out in the background. Remember, most people don't know how crypto influencers make their money. That's why I tell you guys every now and again how they make their money, so you guys understand the way some try to make it very, very exciting, and some try to make you guys want to trade and trade and trade and do a bunch of stuff, because that makes them money on the other end of it. And hey, Bob, happy to see you. I have a legacy account with Mexi, but I pulled everything out once I realized they were no bueno with the U.S. It's difficult. When I move to Panama next year, I need to get a Panama ID. That's basically it. Um, it that's gonna open up so many doors, so many doors. I would love to trade on KuCoin again. I really, really would. I would love to trade on Binance again. I really, really would. But that's not gonna happen for until I get some type of international ID here. What stocks to invest in? Right now, I'm investing in stuff like Philip Morris, and I'm looking for an opportunity to do a swing trade on ExxonMobil because I think eventually Iran is going to bomb. Israel do something dramatic to Israel, and then there's going to be like a 1 day period where you basically like just sell off all your oil stocks because oil is just going to pop like boom. It's going to be great. I was kind of scalping a dollar or so at a time and just dollar up and so I quit closing up in the negative. The fee was only 50 cents. What the heck? Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of a high fee right there. Oh, I'm moving to Panama. Yeah. I'm moving to Panama. I don't know how long I'm going to be down there because the right now I'm dealing with so many business opportunities up here. Um, One of them is basically making a curriculum for high schoolers to learn blockchain and Web3 and investing the safe way. So I'm going to have a couple friends that are going to be doing stuff with the government, basically, and I'm going to be doing advising work. And I can do this outside the United States, but I don't know if they're going to require me to travel back and forth and stuff like that. So I'm just not entirely sure how it's going to work out. But I'd be helping basically teenagers and young adults at college, whatnot, understand how to get into the crypto markets responsibly and how to watch out for all the scams and the bad stuff that you kind of get throughout influencer world. I don't think YouTube is necessarily like crazy when it comes to scamming people, but if you guys go on Twitter, apparently Twitter is just fraught with scams, like fraught with scams. And I'm sure YouTube probably has some, but when I look at Zach's XBT, it usually seems like all the scams are happening over on Twitter. I don't know why. I do not know why. And hey, Ara, you haven't missed too much. We're just talking about Bitcoin crypto. Bitcoin is looking a little bit bullish right now. We're hoping that the 4 hour chart kind of has a flag. We're hoping it can pop up. I wish I could show you the charts here, but I'm out in Philadelphia right now. I'm in my friend's guest bedroom right now, and you can see the bear and the elk right there. I'm trying not to keep him up too much, but he's a whole across the hallway and stuff. He has a big house. But yeah, just chilling, having a good talk. We're talking about Kamala Harris and Trump. Who's better for the economy? I was hoping it might be a little bit closer, but you guys are just like 15% RFK, 12% Harris, and 73% Trump. I thought Harris was going to build as I kind of went on the stream and I would talk and talk and talk to you guys. But no, Trump is kind of staying steady, but RFK is taking more share away from Harris every single time. So, but yeah, not too much crazy stuff. There was an opportunity for Bitcoin to have uh, 3 to 5 days of bullish activity, but to kind of sum it up here, Bitcoin's kind of in this weird little flag right now, right? Coming down. The 4 hour chart is trying to break out. I have a long open right now. It's not a big long. And basically, if it breaks out and it pops up, you guys are going to go back to the daily chart. That daily chart has a bunch of moving averages right there. As it approaches those moving averages, I'm going to scale out about 50 to 70% of that trade. The rest of it, I'm going to let ride as I move the stop loss up a little bit. And then I'm going to see if we break out above that and we start heading back up to the mid 60s or something. It is going to be a very difficult thing to do. I am not so like, oh my God, this is going to happen. But I think if we have this move later on today, what's going to happen is you go to that daily chart and you're going to see that daily MACD finally turn green. And that opens up a door for bulls to kind of come swinging in here and do a short term, again, just a few days of going ballistic, and then we'll be good. It may even last more than a few days. But again, that weekly chart is still so bearish. I'm kind of just like patient, patient, patient. This is something more of a 5x leverage, maybe. The Bitcoin trade is 5x leverage. The Ethereum trade, I think, is like 7x leverage because it's a little more volatile, a little bit more risk, a little more fun, I guess, for Ethereum. But yeah, and I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens there. Let's see. Okay. Uh, I was 30x with 25, then went up a dollar, so I'd close and end up negative. I think quick close, not so quick close. Be careful with quick closes because I feel like with a spot, especially with a lot of the smaller exchanges, if you're selling it, it might not give you the best price. So I typically, if you have time, I like to do the advanced close. Advanced close usually works a little better for me. But I haven't done a quick close in a minute, unless it's been an accident, which has been embarrassing because I've done it before. And hey, the real MF, appreciate it, guys. Every like helps. Every heart likes. I appreciate you guys doing a lot. The worst we get seems to be fake Brad Garling's ads. Most we just want to get Nvidia bots flooding the comments. Oh my god, yeah. There were so many. So after this video is over, there's gonna be a lot of those bots there. What sucks to me is you guys know I'm not. I have a large, I have a large streaming community around me. Not everybody watches my videos every day, but you guys watch me like once a week and stuff like that. And I enjoy it. There are times when my video has just been published, and maybe in the first 20 minutes, only 50 people or 100 people have watched my video, and yet there's going to be one of those bots, and that bot will have like 400 likes when my video doesn't even have 400 views. And I'm just like, how? Like, how is that actually able to happen? It's absolutely insane there. Gotta limit those spreads, can kill gains. Yeah, spreads can be rough. Let's see, you're talking about weeks and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, be careful with VPNs. I mean, personally, I know a lot of people that use VPNs. They don't get in trouble. They don't get in any trouble at all. But there's a risk that you could get in trouble. So why take that risk? Mostly because they love trading on those specific exchanges. They just love it. Um, it's give and take at this point, right? With leverage, how do you scale out? Same way as before. You can scale out 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. So when you go into the advanced close, usually it'll give you an amount like how much do you want to sell. You could be selling off 20%, 30%, 40%, and same thing. Um, Most of the time, if you're trading with leverage and you're doing a day trade, you don't really need to scale out too much unless you want to do 50% out, another 50% out at the very end. Or if you're doing swing trading, you can kind of change it up 10%, 20%, 30%. You can cut it up a little bit more. But when I'm swing trading and I'm looking to scale out with leverage, I do whatever is comfortable. I'll usually scale out more in the beginning, and then I'll be a little bit more. Once that profit is locked in, it allows me to be a little bit more relaxed about what happens to the rest of the capital because I'll move that stop loss up back to even. So no matter what, I'm walking with a profit there. But the thing about depending on how long you want to swing trade it, those fees start to eat up your position. So you got to be careful how long you want to hold those ones going on for. And hey, so I'm doing well. I'm out in Philadelphia right now. It's pretty nice. It's a little bit humid, a little bit cold. I'm enjoying it here. I'm about to go to bed in a little bit. It's midnight over here on the East Coast, but back home it's like 9 o'clock my time. So I'm not sleepy just yet. Just pay for your own. Like I said, okay, might be wrong, but I use MEXC with a dedicated IP VPN with a proxy server. I pay for as long as you keep 30 to 300K volume and stay on the same IP. Yeah, yeah. No public or shared VPN to proxy. There are lots of people that do that. Do whatever you guys feel is right. As a YouTuber, I just can't tell you to do that because I feel like I may be in trouble if I say that. But like, you know, do whatever you guys feel is right. Especially because when it comes to regulation, I don't know if they're even gonna fix these, right? Um, like imagine a bill gets put out by the House and the Senate. Do you guys think, and please honest me if you guys have an opinion on this, do you guys think that it's actually going to address cryptocurrency exchanges? I don't think it would. So I think we're going to be left with a very few amount. And if I was Coinbase, now it's crypto.com, and I was inside the United States, I would lobby the hell out of Congress right now to make it so only those two exchanges could be allowed to stay. Right? Or make it so the rules are so strict that only those two exchanges can stay. I'm hoping that's not the case, but if I was a lobbyist, that's what I'd be doing right now. No, I can't. Yeah, no, no, no. Yeah, so that's probably right there. But yeah, it's very curious because I don't. Excuse me. If you guys go to coinmarketcap.com, you know there's that tab that says exchanges. If you guys click on that tab, the majority of the top like 20 exchanges are not available in the United States. It might be the top 10 or 15, but a lot of those exchanges are not available in the United States, which makes it very difficult for you guys to go out and do a good leverage trade, a good small trade with a lot of liquidity on your side to get in and out at a very fast time. Tax farming is easier. Yeah, it is. I'd love a video on how fees work with variables like leverage, dollar amount trading, and length of time you hold. Yeah, what do you call it? It's definitely something different here because different exchanges will have different fee structures for different time periods. So some exchanges for Bitcoin, you have a leverage. They may take a fee out every 8 hours at 0.001% or something. But another exchange may take a slice out, a fee out every 12 hours, but the fee is just a little bit more. Maybe it's 0.0012 or something, and they try to find that balance there. With every person, it's a little bit different because with me, they give me like reward levels basically because I have a certain amount of my account and I'm trading a certain amount of volume. And what you'll see happening is you'll see my fees be lower because of that. Like a VP level 1, VP level 2, VP level 3, and things like that. I can try to make a video and put that on my list though. It's a little bit difficult to talk about, I would say, but I think I can try to draw it up. There would just be some math involved, and I think even though it'd be a little bit more, I don't expect it to get many views, but I think it would just be informative for those of you guys that want it. And then what you would see with the math is basically like a couple practice trades, and you would see the fees that got taken out for those trades. And I'd use ChatGPT for this and probably an exchange as an example so you can see the fees and how much they're taking out and maybe compare one exchange to another exchange. So I think that'd be definitely worth it. But yeah, that's probably going to be the best way for it. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna call it a night right now. And yeah, no worries, man. I like math too. I just can't do it too well, so I need ChatGPT to help me out. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm a little bit tired here. I'm hitting a little bit of a wall. I have to be up, not necessarily early, but I want to be up when all the East Coasters are up right now. So I want to make it a little bit easier for myself. So thank you guys so much for watching. The only reason you use Mexi is because of the fees. Oh yeah, it's good fees right there. Again, another reason I'm trying to leave the country so I can get all these fucking exchanges because they're great. Appreciate you guys looking, and it looks like Trump is winning with 74%, Harris with 11%, and RFK came in second with 15%. So have a good night, everybody. You guys are going to see me doing these vertical streams a lot while I'm here. They will usually be about an hour long. This one seemed to be about like an hour and 10 minutes or so. But I appreciate you guys coming on. I really do. It's been a long day. I'm happy I was able to kind of take some time to chat with you guys. It's been a long one. Say goodbye to I'm gonna name that guy Max, and that guy's gonna be we're like I'm like maybe 30 miles away from Amish country maybe. That guy will be like Jebediah or something right there. So see you guys a little bit later. Thanks for watching.